Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Annie and today I am going to do something that is new on my channel. I am going to do a sim video. Woo, 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 woo. And I am going to do one of these create a sims channels, or is it just, I don't know, create a sim regardless. And because of the fact that it is technically still Pride Month, it's not over yet. I will also do this Pride theme. So what I am going to do is that I am going to do 5 sims, and all of them stands for one sexuality. There's one who's gay, there's one who is pan, there's one who is trans, like you will see. And I'm going to do this like how I personally imagine the sexuality is looking like if they were like a person. This is taken from, well, what to say, of course some stereotypes, but also, just my knowledge about this and my own fantasy and all of that. And of course I know that like you can look however you want and still have these sexualities, it doesn't matter, but this is just my interpretation on it, and it's just for fun, okay? Like there's nothing to be mad over if I do this and you don't agree that this is how the sexuality looks like or whatever. This is just for fun, so just chill out, get something to eat, some snacks, and just have a good time with me creating some sims. And let's go! So this is our guy here. Isn't he fantastic? Well, he would be fantastic. So I'm going to randomize his name here. Michael, perfect. And then we have Björk, works, fine. And we'll see. Not those. Here we have some things. He's a bookworm, love Arthur, and a little bit of a brat. Yeah, sounds great. Let's go with that. So for the gay character, or like the homosexual one, yeah, I decided to do a guy because like, it's fun. And I'm only gonna do a guy, like a gay guy. I'm not gonna do like a gay guy, then a lesbian, because like, no, in the end of the day, like they have the same sexuality, and like people act like they are two different things, even though they are like really not, and I do not really understand that, but like, hi, what do I know? Really? Yeah. So I decided to do a guy, and I wanted him to be, let's say like a little stereotypical, if you know what I mean. Like I wanted it to look like he could like haul in a Starbucks and like scream at me because I did some stupid shit and like attacked me for my ugly shoes or something like that. I wanted to have that energy, and I think that in the end, like I kind of got it right, but it was hard. I had to work hard on this, like really, like especially with the face. I remember, like especially with the face, it was like so hard. Even though like it's not like you have a different bone structure if you're gay or straight. Like it's the same, but like yeah, I didn't fall that way. And I think he actually turned out pretty good. He looks sassy, and I wanted the sassiness out of it, and I think I got it. So that's important. That is the most important thing, the sassiness, and yes, I got it. It was great. He came out great. Yeah, and here is the result. Doesn't he look amazing? So here we have the bisexual guy that I'm going to do. And for this one, I'm not really sure what traits I want, but I think I'm going to go with this one's perfectionist, genius, and hot-headed. Yeah, I think that will be a great combo. Doesn't it sound great? Yeah, let's go with that. Amazing. And then for like the bisexual guy that I also did, I kind of went from this like saying, or like, can you even call it a saying? Like for the sake of this, like, the saying like bisexuals are wild. I'm sure you've heard that before. Like this, like I don't know where I hear it, but like I hear it on the internet like all the time, like this bisexuals are wild. I think it goes a little hand in hand with this also, that like bisexuals is like down for anything, which I know like upsets super many bisexual people, so I'm not gonna say it. Not my words, just you said that some people said, not my words. But I am going to go for this like bisexuals is wild. I don't know where that come from either, but I'm going to go from that, and I want him to look a little bit like a fuckboy. I wanted it, and honestly, I didn't have like any idea what I really did here, but I think the result was really good, and he looked like a fuckboy. He looked like someone you shouldn't trust. The hair was the hardest part, like clothes are not easy, but like the hair, I had no idea what I was doing. But once again, like the result, so cool. And yeah, he looks wild. He looks really wild. He looks dangerous, and that was the feeling I was going for. So yes, goals achieved. I would say, yeah, achieved. Yeah, goals achieved. Yippee yay, amazing. I think it looked good anyway, personally. So I just came to remember I forgot to name him. So let's see here. He would be Anders. Anders, what will take? Holmgreen. Yeah, that would be good. Okay, and then we need something small. Like, what will he be? Nation now. Popular. Yes, of course. Popular. I mean, look at him. Of course he's popular. Yeah, and he likes to party. Of course. Yeah, and here we have him. So, and now we are going to move over to our first girl. Woohoo! Yeah, whatever. And she is going to be pansexual. And let me say, wow, she's like already like a bombshell. Like, wow, look at her. Okay, but we'll randomize her name. Jenny Johnson. Jenny Johnson. Isn't that perfect? I think it's amazing. Yes. And then for the pansexual one, I had like a very, I don't want to say specific, but like I had a clear vision. I had a clear idea, because I have a like idea of how like I picture pansexuals being, and that might only be mine, but in my head they seems to be like very, spiritual, very like down to earth people. And I don't know why I really think this, but I think it has something to do, like if you really look down to like what pansexual actually is, I mean, the explanation is always very fluish. So I just imagine people who identify as that also being quite fluish, which isn't anything wrong with, but that's just how I imagine it. So for this girl, I just wanted her to look like, a little cute, a little spiritual, like very down to earth, like that kind of girl who go out and hiking. Yeah, hiking. I said it, hiking. Like, I wanted that energy. I wanted that, like, I don't know, like just, yeah, energy. You know me, good with words, as usual. Yeah, but I wanted her to almost look, like a little bit like a pixie. But, without any wings, because that would be weird. But I wanted her to look like someone who loves animal, loves nature, are very fluid, and just, a people person, just a people person, because she apparently loves everyone. Well, I mean, perhaps not everyone, but like she doesn't care like about whatever you are, and like I think she just, yeah. I have really no good explanation for this, just that I imagine pansexual people being very spiritual and very like nature-loving people. And I think this girl, I think she would have a bunny as a pet. She looks like a bunny person. Yeah, I think she would have a bunny. She would be, a bunny would be perfect for her. Yeah, but regardless, I think, once again, the result was really good. With all of them, I'm like, the result, I am so happy with the result. It went the way I wanted. Yeah, and that's what's important. And I think, yeah, she was so pretty and done. So cute, super sweet, and yeah. Spiritual, hiking kind of person, pixie. A hiking pixie, that's the energy here we're going for. Okay. So I randomized a trace and I go to bulk one, disorderized, and I didn't like this one, so I changed it into, well, nature. Yeah, because you know what I said before, nature loving, and we take nature here as well, because nature loving, spiritual, all that, yeah. And then right over to our next girl who's going to be asexual, but first we must make her girl. And this like no, ain't gonna happen. No, won't work. We're gonna fix this. Don't worry, guys. So now we have the asexual one, and I really hope I pronounced it right. But like in all honesty, I have a little bit hard time actually learning what the actual name for it. But I hope I pronounce it right, and I hope I say it right. Asexual, is that the right? For this video, it has to be the name regardless. And for her, I wanted her to look like a bombshell. I wanted her to be that kind of girl that you are worried will steal your man, but you actually don't have anything to worry about because she's not interested in him regardless. So like, yeah. But here's my view on like asexual, and once again, this might be a little bit like only me, and that's okay if it is. So like, don't fight me. Don't fight me for that. But you see, for I don't know, a couple of years, like I really like looked up what an asexual was because I just didn't understand it, and then I learned some really interesting things about it actually. And one of the things that I got was like, there's this stereotype that asexual are like not attractive or like not trying because they don't want a partner. And the thing is that is, at least what I have seen, quite of the opposite. They are actually, what I have seen once again, very attractive people and very good looking. And I get this explanation that they were like, what to call it? They're like trying to like compensate. Like they're trying to compensate for the fact that they doesn't have this like what I call drift that other people have. This is at least what I have heard from like looking up that facts on internet and listening to other asexual people talking about it. And like there's actually like a lot, or like a couple, I don't know, there are people regardless like are asexual and like work as models and even like strippers and things like that. And I think it's so cool, like the stereotype is so wrong then. Because of that, I also of course wanted to do this same, like once again a total bombshell. Like this is the girl that you're worried will steal your man. You're like, you hate her. You're like, you seriously, secretly, of course, secretly, because women hate each other's secret. We all know that. Hate her, and you just want bad things to happen for her. But like, there's also like no really reason for it, because like she doesn't want to have your man. She's not interesting. She's doing her own thing. She's like being that woman, whatever that means. And I think, yeah, that was my goal at least, like just making her look like, damn, like everyone would want her, but no one could get her. And also, if you want, like, I know that some asexual people also do date, but just don't want sex or something like that. I know that, but like, for this, I went with the idea, like, she doesn't want to date or anything. Like, yeah, she's her own person. Leave her alone. And in the end, I thought the result, once again, was super good. The only thing I didn't like with her was in her face, like there came some like really weird shadow, and like I didn't really know what to do about it. But except for that, I think she looks amazing. She looks like a glass. She looks so good. So, and now we will give her a name because I forgot that. And we'll see. Victoria, perfect! Last name, no. Mom. Well, that will be perfect. We take that. And then we give her some traits. And we take confident. And let's see, a food lover. And one more. What more should we take? We should take ambitious. And then the last, her. I don't really understand what this gold things here is, but like whatever, we choose one. I think we will go with smart, and we would take, what will we take? Computers? Yeah, she likes computers, doesn't it? And here she is, Lovely. And our last sim is going to be a trans sim, and let me tell you, it took me so long time to figure out how you do a trans sim. But I think I get it, like it looks good, yeah? So this is a trans girl, woman, whatever you're gonna call it. And I'm actually pretty happy with how this came out, and it actually reflected my idea of trans women and all that quite well. Because like in my head at least, like being like a trans woman, it could go a little bit like two way. Either way, it's like super believable and like no one could tell it's hard. You know, like Nikki Tutorial. And other versions are like, you know, it looks like a man with a wig and the makeup. And like that depends on like so many things, like how far in you are in like hormone nutrition or like your face structure naturally, what operation you have done. Like it depends on so many things, and like I mean none of them are bad, but I think for like trans women the goal is to look as much as possibly as a biologically woman. And with this, like I kind of liked how this came out, because like I mean my sim to begin with didn't look like a biological woman, let's be real. No, especially not the facial structure, still don't really do. But with like me just adding hair and then eventually makeup, it actually turned out to look pretty good. Excuse me. Because I feel like with trans women, and also by the way, right now I'm like only talking about trans women. Trans men, like sorry, but you're not important right now. Sorry. But I feel like with trans women is like they have to, if we're gonna be honest, like they had to try harder than real women. Because like they doesn't naturally look the way that they want. So they have to try and compensate with a lot of things like, you know, hair and makeup and certain clothes that makes them look more women or more female. And this sim like super much good, really good reflected this, I feel like, because well again this sim doesn't actually look really naturally female, but like I succeeded in fixing makeup and fixing clothes and hair, so it actually came out looking, I'm not gonna say 100% like a real or like a biological woman. I mean, you can see that it's not, but it still kind of turned out pretty good. And like my goal when I did this was like constantly, I wanted her to look as much as of a biologically woman as it was possibly could. That's not a good way to pronounce things. But I hope you understand regardless. I wanted her to look as much as possibly as a biological woman. And I actually get a little bit frustrated from time to time because like she always looked like a little bit male. And I mean, I guess that's like how actually trans women feel all the time. I don't know. But I mean, also, like, even if the fact she didn't look exactly like a real or like biologically woman, I mean, she still looked good. And like the point with this video still was like to make, you know, a trans sim, so like a Hoppakoo sims, a trans sim in this case. So like, I mean, it worked out regardless. And I mean, the results were still good, not perfect. But good. I think this sim was actually one that I was least satisfied with. It was still good though. It wasn't bad or anything, but like the other one was better. Whatever. She was so beautiful regardless. She's so great. Look at her. She's so cute. She's a beautiful angel. Oh. And then I randomize our traits now. We have confident, creative, family-oriented, and we will have add something more to her now. What will we take? Popular, something like that. And I think we go with friend of the world. Yeah, that's perfect. What's her name? Amanda. Perfect immediately. England. Yeah, that works well too. Amanda England, super pretty. And so is she. I mean, I think she turned out pretty good. Yeah. It was tough, but I think she turned out pretty good. So here are they all, and I am actually really happy with them. Them all turned out how I quite have imagined and hoped. And I'm like super happy, and this was of course So fun to do, and if you want me to do more Sims related videos, please tell me, because I would so do it, because it was super fun to do. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and we see each other next time. Bye!